here with me. And today's topic is about navigating these uncertain times, dealing with job loss, dealing with low paying wages, dealing with, um, ends just not meeting and people being very stressed out and at the point of wanting to give up. So, those are the different topics I like to talk about today. And for those of you that are new here, my name is Veronica, and I am a person that helps others navigate life transitions. I'm a life coach, I'm a notary, I'm a woman, and at the core of myself, I just enjoy helping others navigate their uncertain times, just encouraging others and letting them know that there is hope and that um, it takes a village and it's important to build your community and surround yourself with people that are wanting to encourage you as well as you encourage them. It's about reciprocation. So, anyway, kind of went off on a tangent there, but again, that is what I do. And so I'd like to go ahead and get right into it. And as I mentioned, the topic is about navigating these uncertain times and the different job losses and so on. So I wanted to talk about some of the mindsets that we're in. Sometimes we think, oh, just running to a new job um, will alleviate the problem. Sometimes that can add to the problem. And I think that sometimes we are so busy trying to make ends meet that we are afraid and we let fear take the wheel. And sometimes we just have to step back and lean more into our faith and know that you are here for a reason and you are worthy and you matter. So, with that, I'm saying that sometimes you have to just take some time and say, hey, outside of my job, what are some other things that I can offer? Or what are you known for? Are you the person when it comes to tax time? Okay, I see we have some people in the chat that want to play games and be a distraction, but may God be with you and may God bless your soul. I am here to help others. So, you may, during tax season, you may be that person that, oh, people come to get either help with taxes or you do their taxes. And many times, these are things that we can often turn into a paid gig, something that you enjoy. What are your hobbies? What do you enjoy doing? And maybe think about how you can turn that into a hobby. Are you a baker? Do you bake from scratch? Do you use sourdough starter? Many people don't know how to make sourdough starter, and they'd be willing to pay you for sourdough starter, and all they have to do is feed it. There are many things that you can think outside the box to increase your income, to also bring you freedom and some joy. If you're doing something that you enjoy and you're getting paid for it, I think that's a win win. Hey, Manual Hustle, and hi, Salvador, and hi to it looks like Icy Gamers. I'm not good at reading the names, so please give me some grace there. Um, so don't beat yourself up if you are in a position that's not paying as much as you'd like. Think about some of the things that you're doing in your job, and if it were your business, how you would switch it around and make it more uh, I don't know if the word is joyful, but more pleasing, and yet it could also bring more income. I'm hearing, many people are saying, how are other people managing to pay these increasing rents? How are they managing to be able to pay these car notes and so on? Yet people are losing jobs left and right. Yet people are sometimes getting jobs, but they're not paying enough, having to work two and three different jobs. I think we have to take a pause and we have to look inwardly and say, hey, what value do I bring to the world? And this doesn't mean like you have to be this ultra entrepreneur. You can start off, the saying, start off with friends and family, something that you enjoy doing. For example, I enjoy gardening. Gardening is my therapy. Yesterday, a lady came and she bought some, what was it, the worm tea and a compost starter kit. It's just the little things. And that was 70 bucks, by the way. May not be a lot, but for some of you, that can be a tank of gas. That may be 2 tanks of gas. Again, gardening is something that I enjoy doing, and it is also a way that I'm able to generate income. If you're saying like, "Hey, I work from home, but I need a break. I can't take a vacation, but I need a change of scenery." Think about house sitting. That's a way for you to get free accommodations and you can, choose a home that you would be comfortable sitting at. And most of them will come with the duties of pets. Not every home has a pet. Sometimes it's plants, or sometimes it's just a house. Um, that is something that I've taken advantage of this spring and summer just to get away. I'm in Northern Nevada. I like to go over to Sacramento. It's just far enough. But the drive, it makes me feel like, hey, I'm going on a vacation. I feel refreshed. I'm in a different environment. And it's a way for me to exchange services, but yet I don't have a lot of responsibility. Usually you have your own, well, you do have your own living quarters. One home, I had my own, pool house. I was separated from the main house, even though the family was gone on vacation. But that was joyful to me because it was like, oh, I have my own little cottage right across from the pool. So those are just, some of the examples of different things that you can do. And if you want more information, I write about this in my blog. You can find more detailed ways to earn more money in turning your hobbies into cash at healthylifecoach702.com. That's healthylifecoach702.com. Okay. And yeah, I see, some people um they have, they're here to be critical, and you are correct. I do have a double chin, and you are correct cuz when I'm done, I get to do my workout. And not that I need to explain to you, but I've been through a few things in life. And if you were on a hormone blocker that affects your weight for 5 years, which I still have another year to go, then maybe you would have some empathy. But I'm not looking for empathy from you. So God bless you. Thank you for noticing. Thank you for participating in the chat. Now you look in the mirror and look at yourself and see what things you can improve. But now I will get back to what I was talking about and what I'm here for. I am here to encourage others. I'm not here to tear people down. I know a lot of people are struggling. I know a lot of people are looking for, some simple things, not necessarily simple, but practical things that they can do. There are many seniors that are frustrated. They are frustrated with, maybe having, a limited income. Maybe they're depending on Social Security and they just don't know what what to do, and many times they're having to choose, Do I eat or do I get my medication? So, again, if you go to healthylifecoach702.com, I do have different resources for seniors also. So, as I was mentioning, during these uncertain times, we're all having to be creative. I encourage you to, think outside the box, take some time out and meditate on the different things that you have to offer this world because you matter and you do have different things to offer this world. And for those that are, trying to make ends meet, there are other things that you could possibly do. You may be able to cohabitate, meaning, share a place with someone, maybe a family member, a friend. Maybe you could um, possibly, combine rooms. Maybe if you're a single parent and you have a young child, maybe you could share your room um, with your child and maybe rent out the other room. And this doesn't have to be long term. This is just until you can get a breather and figure out some other things. I also have a video about, what to look for, what to consider when you are, considering a roommate. So this message is held for review. I'm sorry, I was reading some of the messages. Um, okay, in timeout. Alrighty, I apologize for that. Had to do just a little bit of housekeeping there. So again, those are, some of the options that I wanted to offer to you. And just know that it does get better later. As they say, it gets greater later. So just be encouraged. Take some time out and journal. Journal about the different things that are on your mind and focus more on solutions. Don't hyper focus on the problem. Focus on different things that, you might want to look into and expand on. You won't be in this situation for long, and it's definitely not forever. Take it as a challenge to challenge yourself to be more inventive, um, turning those hobbies into cash. Even taking advantage of polishing up your skills if time permits. You may say, "Oh, I don't have money to go to school." There are different community programs. You might want to research that, and you can research that in your local library. If you're a senior, I would say take advantage of your senior center. They have lots of resources, maybe even like Facebook groups. There are a ton of places that you can go and get resources to improve your skills. And again, if you're thinking about turning your hobbies into cash, you don't always have to start off a business if you decide to turn into a business where, oh, I got to get a business license. Yes, those things, can come with time. The main thing is you want to generate the cash. You want to generate clientele. So start by, doing what you love, sharing it with those are in community with. And then believe me, they will share it with others. Um, again, like I said, you may be known as the person, to help with paperwork as far as taxes. And they're like, oh, well, you need help. Oh, go see Veronica. This is what she does, or she did this for me. Free advertisement, but it's true. So start there. Don't focus on all of the paperwork stuff because many times we get bogged down with, oh, I got to do this, this, and that. I got to get a website. I got to. The main thing is just start and then find it, kind of find out if this is something that people actually want before you possibly put yourself in a deeper hole financially. So, on that note, I'm not going to be here much longer. I just wanted to give you some encouragement, some hope, and just know that these uncertain times, we can navigate them together and just be patient, be inventive, be willing to step out, on faith, be willing to bet on yourself and don't worry about what people may say. Oh, well, she's getting a roommate because she can't afford her rent. Don't worry about that because are those people paying your rent? Are they helping you? So, again, bet on yourself and please don't worry about what other people say. Just make sure what you're doing is legal. And I would encourage you to make sure that it's moral. But those are choices that are between you and God or, your spiritual advisor. So, on that note, I'm going to go ahead and get off of here. And if there are any questions you have before I go, or like I mentioned, please feel free to check out my blog. I have tons of resources on different ways to increase your income. And I do have a video on here on how to get, roommates or different things that you should consider when you're considering a roommate um, before, just placing an ad and, possibly getting the wrong kind of person. And again, that's just a suggestion. Hey, Brooklyn. And yeah, so yes, these uncertain times can be hard. Jobs are not paying as well. People are losing jobs left and right. Childcare is very expensive. And I know many of us are juggling that. It's hard to pay childcare when you're not getting paid enough. So even in that situation, you know, sometimes it may be more resourceful for you if you're a person that loves taking care of young children and you have a place that's conducive or you are willing to be mobile and go to another person's home, then that might be something you can do because there are so many parents that are in need of quality childcare. So maybe you could be the friend that say, hey, I can offer you guys a lower rate and these are my hours available. And who knows? That could be generate more income. Or on your days off, if, say you're the kind of person that doesn't, maybe go out on the weekends and you're willing to maybe spend um, a weekend night or, maybe a Friday night um, helping others with childcare while they maybe have a date night or sometimes some parents just need time to themselves. They just need some time to decompress, but know that their child is well taken care of. Again, if you enjoy children and you can give quality care, that may be another way for you to increase your income. So I'm doing fine, Brooklyn. Thank you so much for asking. Oh, you're the type of person that runs around 24/7. Uh, can kind of relate. Many people in today's time, they are doing that, especially I would say now that we have social media and we have phones, we have watches, we have all these different gadgets that kind of pull us left to right all the time. So it's about, in that situation, creating boundaries and creating peace for yourself because you can't run around 24/7. It does catch up to you. Um, yeah, it caught up to me, and I don't wish this on anyone. I had a stroke in 2019 and 3 years in a row breast cancer. So when some lovely person decided to comment on this double chin and all that, You don't know what's all behind that double chin. No, it's not just overeating, not making excuses. Um, but yeah, I'm just glad to be here. And like I was telling that person, when I'm off of here, I will get into my workout. But again, that was just a test of time because before I would have let that got to me. So that's what I'm encouraging you guys to do. Don't worry about that negative chatter. You have to remember negativity loves negativity. So because they're miserable, they want you miserable. Don't allow that. Stay focused, even if you have to have a sticky note on your computer, on your bathroom mirror, wherever. What is your why? What is your goal? Where are you trying to go? That's what's important, not the negative chatter. As a matter of fact, turn that negative chatter into positive. Let that be your cheerleader because the best success in life is being successful. And successful doesn't always mean financially. Success doesn't mean big house and fancy car and all that. Success just means getting your goal. If your goal, like me, is just to get through my Tai Chi walking every day, that's that's it. That's success for me. So on that note, you guys be blessed and continue to be a blessing to others. Remember to encourage others. Remember to give off that energy you want to receive, what you want to receive in return. Give that off because this world has enough negativity and enough people tearing other people down. Encourage one another. On that note, I'm out. I'll chat with you guys on Saturday. Thanks for being here and supporting me. I truly appreciate that. All right, so I'm out. Just trying to check these different notifications and so on. All right, I'm gone for real now. I know I've said it over 5 times.